what's up? So I'm about on the last half mile-ish of today's long run, and I have a little something I want to share with y'all. I think this is going to be like the last little bit of my little Silver Rush, Leadville, Colorado experience. But this was going some time before that. So at the time that I first registered, I was fairly new at the place I'm employed now. And right after I put my time off in on the schedule, this is still months and months and months beforehand, one of my colleagues pulled me aside one day and was like, yo, I see that you got some time carved out to go up to Colorado. What you doing? And so I told him, I was like, hey, I'm gonna attempt to do this 50-mile ultra in Leadville. And he was like, oh damn, the typical non-runner response to something like that. He was like, have you ever been to Colorado before? I'm like, nah, I only been there once, and that was many, many, many years ago, and that was only for a couple days. And he was like, have you ever been to Leadville? I was like, nah, I told you, man, I ain't never been out there before. He was like, well, have you ever ran that distance before? Have you ever done that sort of thing before? Have you ever been in the mountains before? I'm like, nah, man, this is gonna be my first attempt at all that. This is all new to me. And I'm never gonna forget this, because he immediately said, without missing a beat, you ain't gonna make it. And he was dead ass when he said that. You ain't gonna make it. I looked at him and I said, how do you know? Do you know the future or something? You know my future? How do you know if I'm gonna make it or not? Well, just because I haven't been out there before? I'm like, I tell you what, how about you just watch me? How about that? But, spoiler alert, many, many, many months later, here I am, right? And I show up back to work, and I go up to my colleague, and I'm like, yo, remember when you told me I wasn't gonna make it? I'm like, do you believe now? Huh? Do you believe now? Well, too bad. I don't need your validation any damn way. And I went on about my business. And that's the last I ever said of it. So the moral of the story is, and the reason I want to share that with you, is because whatever your goal is, however insane it might be, if you putting in that work and you already laser pinpoint focused on it a year, 2 years, 3 years out, man, you don't need nobody's validation for that shit, man. You need to go ahead, continue putting in that work and get out there and do it. You know what I'm talking about? You don't need nobody's validation. You don't need nobody's help. Go out there and get it. You know what I'm saying? If you got something big planned, please let me know. Months and months and months in advance, because I want to see you do your gritty across the finish line. Feel me? Anyway, that's the end of my long run. Time for me to go eat, roll the legs out, take a shower, get some snaps in. Feel me? Hut, hut, hike. Deuces.